Hello, hello, hello. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go into Toriko. In this one, yeah, this one was very exciting. All right, so it picks up with the Nitro headless now, walking, and it just falls to the ground. And what we see there is the look on everybody's faces, everybody that's in the area on the field, the battlefield, and we see Joey's like, well, look who showed up, knocking Master Jirou. As it ended on the last page ending from the previous chapter. And this is Gourmet 243, titled Savage Beast Jirou. And what we see here is that we see Terry, Kiss, and Quinn. And Terry looks off into the direction and has Toriko sent and jumps off, and he's going to exactly where Toriko is at. And presumably Queen and Kiss are going to do the same. I mean, that's some jump that that Terry did. Jumped well over the stadium. I mean, probably jumped for a few miles before he even touched the ground again. And what we have here picks up with Jirou. It's like, sorry to keep you waiting, six. And she's like, not at all, Jirou. That's a moment there. You can tell, obviously, they've worked, for so long, and it's just their relationship. And she says that we're safe now that you are here. And Jirou looks down, and he's noticed that his feet are binded by this earthquake, by this earthquake root. And he looks over it, and and he's yelling extremely loud. What do you think you're doing, Tepe? I mean, it's just this forceful, powerful yell. It's like, yeah, because, obviously, Jiro is his granddad, Tepe's granddad, and he's like, what do you think you're doing, Tepe? And that yell, I mean, you see the force of it, and how much air is moving, and the fact that it's knocking Tepe back, and he's looking, it's like, you see the look on Tepe's the look on Tepe's face. I'm not sure if that quite snapped him out of it yet, but that definitely had an effect on him. And it picks up with Tengu noticing that, saying that, what a roar. There's no creature with a voice like that even in Hex Food World where I come from. So this is Master Jirou. Old man Daruma told me. Okay. He's one of the three most powerful figures in the world. Alright. And what Joey goes on to state that the Nitro can survive and continue fighting for months, even without their heads. And Jiro's like, who are you? And he's like, but, and that one, he say, but that one's been knocked out. Your forehead flick and destructive power to blast the Nitro's head off, while at the same time being delicate enough to render its body incapacitated. Long ago, Acacia felt uneasy about the powerful might of that strength, coupled with that savage personality. Even with part of your force sealed off, you were still a wolf with Acacia's own skills. Savage beast Jirou. And what we have here is a picture of him in his younger days when his hair was black. You can tell he was like a young, probably a young player, Yeah, he looked like he loved the ladies at that point in time. It says before you became a Akashi's disciple, I'm certain that was the name you went by. Okay. And Jiro's like, you sure know a lot. Who are you? And Joey goes on to say, now you are just Jirou the drunkard. I wonder if my members, he says, Joey says, I wonder if my members would take you seriously. Okay. And so what we have here, Jirou goes on to say, are you stupid? Are you stupid? And what he does, he balls his right fist, and he hooks up on the muscle and does a grand knocking. And what he does is he punches the ground. And when he punches the ground, you see the waves. I mean, yeah, it went through the whole. It covered the entire planet. Basically, it went through the whole. I mean, everything from like the core to that core's planet. And what it did was, and everybody's there just, it's like, they can't believe it. I mean, the look on their faces is, yeah. He said, I've had too much of this. Jirou goes on to state that I've had too much of this racket, so I put a stop to everybody. and and everybody's noticing like it can't be the entire island and everything on it. Even the tiniest of movements has been knocked out. Not just this one little island. In one moment, the entire planet stopped moving. So what he did with that grand knocking in one moment, he stopped the entire rotation of the entire planet. Is what is what the other chefs are noting right there. We see here a huge, I mean just huge waves that are about to come and just completely destroy the island. If we see water spouts or water tornadoes on top of them, multiple of them. And what goes on to Joey, and it's like and other chefs are knowing that yeah, it's a natural disaster of epic proportions. Okay, and what Joey goes on to state that it stopped. It really stopped. The planet's very rotation stopped for one moment, or should I say, it just about stopped. You're a monster, even though you're retired. Jirou, he makes a little proud face, like he's very proud. But he takes his left hand and he swipes off the cape that was over Joey, and everybody's like, what? What on? Everybody's like Frozy, and with this person, who everybody's like is Joey or Joa on the scan translations, is we see this person looks exactly like Froze. Okay, and that right there is the end of the chapter. Now, what was obviously the most memorable thing about this chapter and notable was the fact that when he did his grand knocking, after Joey or this slash Froze, whoever this person is, but they look exactly like Froze. Just a little different with some pieces attached to the hair. But when Joey stated that, I wonder if any of my members will take you seriously. and, and Jirou says, are you stupid? And he says, are you stupid? And then he does his grand knocking and says, yeah, y'all making too much racket. So I just decided to put a stop to all of it. I mean, the fact that it affected the planet to its very core, and he stopped well, let's just go. He stopped it for one moment, just a moment, and severely slowed it down. So when the planet began to rotate again, that's not a good thing. You can really do a lot of if you wonder, it's like, yeah, the planet rotation. It's important that the planet rotates. It's all kind of fields, at least here on Earth, all kind of magnetic fields and things of that nature that Just even just a little, the teeniest little bit of any kind of change, it's like, whoops, things can happen. Um, so yeah, so that's a pretty big deal with the rotation being stopped. I mean, man, even if it's for one moment, that's a huge deal. Um, and also this person who we see who looks exactly like Frozy, and so that's where it's ending off at. But the fact that Jirou also knocked the Nitros, he flicked his head off and knocked it at the same time. So the body, won't be moving period at all. So it's done for. Really, it's officially done for. And the fact that they can survive and fight on for months even with no head also just goes to show you how neat these Nitro are. And these are here the red Nitro, but man, that they're pretty impressive. I mean, if your head gets, blown off, but you can still go on for, for months, fighting, that's pretty impressive indeed. It just adds to the mystery of the Nitro overall. So, we have the next chapter coming out, tomorrow, so I'll do that, and, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end things there. And, yeah, see you all tomorrow.